joining us this morning. Welcome to our quarterly forum. Lindsay Weaver is unexpectedly out of the office for a few days, so I will be taking the lead and reporting on our community operational updates. Everybody good?
No.
What's the matter? All right, better?
Yes.
Deeper?
Yeah. Bless you.
All right, so our community operational updates, policies. We have implemented a pilot program with a software called Point Click Care, which we are currently utilizing, but we're integrating all resident record keeping for all areas: independent living, skilled nursing, and assisted living. This mainly impacts the independent living automatic record storage. We've rolled out a multi-factor authentication EMR system. What that means is that we are adding levels of security to these software programs, whereby if somebody is logging in, they have to have more than one login. It could be your email address with a password. Mainly what happens then is once you do your login, you'll get a text message with a code. So what we're doing is we're adding additional layers to make your information more secure. We have implemented a 90-day employee evaluation starting in November. We really want to add levels of ensuring that our employees are happy and that we retain them longer. We also are implementing a new innovative home services billing system and scheduling called SmartCare. Again, this has more significant security factors to protect your information. We completed the golf cart training in accordance with our LCS policy. And we've also purchased a ADA compliance software to update our website, again, to make it more user-friendly according to the American Disabilities Act. Programs. So we did complete and submit our 2024 budget and CapEx planning. We submitted that to LCS. It is now in Peak's hands where they are reviewing and asking some additional questions, and it is not finalized yet, but we're getting there. We did present the January increase per the OIR guidelines. We also completed all other OIR requirements for the 2024 budget and rate implementation with the resident committees. So we presented it to the committees and we presented it to the residents. We have met and exceeded our budgeted sales through Q3. We are on track for Q4. We did receive the 2023 resident survey results, and all department heads are now working on an action plan in accordance with those survey numbers and comments. So more to come as we put our action plan into motion and then inform you along the way. And we have onboarded our new permanent sales director, Ms. Erin Clem. Some of you may already know Erin. I'll let her do a little bio, but she's been at Regency Oaks as an interim before, and now we snagged her permanently. So we're excited that she's here. So in regards to services in the community, as you know, or most of you know and heard, that they've begun the carpet replacement in the north building. It's quite a project. So bear with us. We're trying to communicate as much as possible. Blue Team updates us every morning, every evening. Please don't hesitate to contact the front desk if you have questions. We did purchase the custom blinds for the hydro massage room, so while you're in there, and people aren't waving at you as you go by. We did raise all the town hall toilets to ADA compliance. We have purchased automatic doors for the town hall's south entrance. Okay. And we've purchased the monitor and speakers for the town hall AV room. And ordered new signage for the town hall and the Regency room. Stage lighting has been installed. The speakers and the AV equipment have been installed. We have received and installed the evacuation chairs for both north and south. The salon is now implementing new spa memberships, and I hear there's a new signature RO spa robe. More to come. And the Relax Wall, Hydro Massage, and space are now fully functioning. We are adding some additional equipment in the dining rooms for our point of sale, which is how the servers take your order, and they're gonna have a little handheld unit. So we're hoping for more accuracy, increased preparation on your turnaround time for serving. So that's the community's operational updates that Lindsay wanted me to communicate to you. And so next I'm going to go into my quarterly report for our financials. So this is as of September 2023, where I'm still working on October, so it's for the Q3 year-to-date. Our occupancy remains campus-wide at 90.8% on a budget of 90.1, so we're slightly ahead of budget. Our IL occupancy is 90.1, the assisted living is at 100%, and our skilled nursing is at 91.3%. Year over year, this is an increase of 1% on census, which is the right direction to be moving. So currently, our operating revenue is ahead of budget, about 6%. All avenues, IL, AL, skilled nursing, and IHS are ahead of budget. We do have a operating revenue accrual true up, and what this means is when we had the fire last year, we accrued how much the insurance claim was going to reimburse us. So we were able to receive additional monies. So this will be recognized as revenue in our current year's operating statements. In relation to expenses, total wages and benefits are over budget. The year-over-year increase is 10%, but we budgeted for that because we increased our minimum wage. So that was planned. Expenditures, our total expenses are over budget year-to-date, $37,000, mainly due to additional IT expenses and therapy costs in skilled nursing. So the more revenue we earn, the higher the expense is going to be. So that's a good correlation to be over. And when your occupancy is above budget and your census is above budget, certain other expenses are going to go above budget, but the revenue is there to offset it. So everything's moving in the right direction. Non-controllable expenses, they were over about $30,000. This relates to insurance, taxes, and utilities. For our net operating income, we are positive $4.7 million to a budget of $3.7 million. This, as I said, includes it's actually $800,000 of insurance proceeds above our accrual. Our focus area is we continue to focus on labor, retention, making sure our overtime is controlled, and our controllable expenses. Once the 2024 budget is finalized, a copy will be available, presented to the president and the committees, and the copies will be available in the binders in the library. Okay? Kyle, you're up next.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kyle, and it's on. Oh, no, I turned it on. It's very bad. Here we go. We got a green light.
My name is Kyle.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Kyle. I'm the healthcare administrator. A couple updates for the healthcare center. In the last quarter, we rolled out Okta, which is a multi-factor authentication system implemented for our EMR systems. If you haven't noticed, there's been a lot of more HIPAA breaches occurring in hospital systems and other facilities, so this is to protect our medical records and your personal health information, and this was implemented across for independent living, assisted living, and skilled nursing. So now there's a second factor authentication that the nurses have to go in. So there's 2 logins and 2 passwords that they have to put in to get access the resident's medical record. So more security for your health information, which is a great thing. We had a regional survey held by our clinical consultant. We achieved 96%, which is a great mock survey to have. So the healthcare center ran about 90% occupied, which Sherry mentioned, and the assisted living ran at about 100% occupancies, and we continue this to occur through the next quarter. So occupancy is heading in the right direction. We're also preparing for our annual survey from the Agency for Healthcare Administration. We're entering our 12th month, so they usually come every 12 months. That's their goal. We do know that they're running behind on completing annual surveys. They are short on surveyors in the agency, so we expect them to enter any day. So we're just making sure we're always survey ready. David Little was our rehab director. He is no longer with the company at this time, so we're actively working and partnering with Health Pro Heritage, who is our therapy vendor, to find a replacement for our rehab director. Marketing held some case manager events and sponsored Case Manager Week held at Meeks Countryside, Morton Plant, and Meeks Needed Hospitals. We had a Pie and Fly event scheduled for November 21st for our referral partners. So that includes physicians and case managers. And that's all for the healthcare center. All right, Betsy.
Hi, good morning. I want to introduce Candy up here. That she usually presents to us every Tuesday at or someone from the Gift Fund Committee does. And so I promised her a little time up here.
Excuse my back. I'm Candy, chairman of the Employee Gift Fund, so you know what that means. You've heard it before. Gift time is coming up for our employees. And hey, consider yourself lucky. We were going to sing Christmas carols today. So we won't do that. I'm not saying we might not do it next week, but I don't want to keep anyone from not coming. So please remember that we get our gift checks ready for our employees close to the end of November. So we really need you to get into that Christmas spirit. It's the Christmas carols. And write your checks now. And thank you for all of you who have written your checks and been so generous. So when you see me, you know that's what I'm going to talk about. And thank you again. Thanks, Betsy.
Okay, so I do just want to piggyback on something that Sherry said. Under the policy updates, there was a PCC update. And one of the things I just want to stress that's very important for our residents, especially if you live by yourself, is one of the things that I do is I keep all the resident records in my office. And why that's important for you to know is that I ask that you give us, myself or Kelly, a copy of your advanced directives, your power of attorney, healthcare surrogate, do not resuscitate orders, things like that you have made those choices and put the paperwork in place. And it doesn't do any good though if people cannot get to that paperwork in case of emergency. So there has been times when the hospital will call me directly and say, hey, do you have a healthcare surrogate form for so-and-so? So when I get those forms, what I do is I do upload it to PCC, and that way too, let's say the hospital discharges you to our healthcare center, the healthcare center would then be able to access those records as well. So that was kind of what we're working on with the integration between all of our departments. So anybody just remember with the new year coming, if you're making any changes to any of your advanced directives, please provide myself or Kelly a copy. All right, and then what I wanted to cover is that this month I did hire a brand new receptionist. She will be helping out PRN. Her name is Michelle. She was very friendly. I think everybody's going to like her. So when she's at the desk, make sure to welcome her. I did complete the first draft of the 2024 resident handbook. I'm working on some updates and edits from the proofreading that was done, and then I will distribute that to the resident committee that will then give me their feedback before it gets released for the 2024 year. I'm continuing to meet with residents for their notary support. I'm assisting with the Tuesday talks and creating that weekly Tuesday talk flyer. I continue to coordinate with the resident move-outs and I'm working to make information packets available to families as an easy reference to be in compliance with the new LCS guidelines. And then I'm going to be working on trying to get residents to complete the assignment of benefits in their files. So what this means is if, or when, I guess, a resident passes away, generally if there's a refund on their account, we do have to make that check out to an estate. So a lot of people do not always want the check to be made out to the estate, and they try to avoid that probate at all costs. So if you complete that assignment of benefit forms, it means that we can choose to make the check out to the person you've assigned or a trust account that you've assigned. So it's one of those important things that it may not affect you now, but it definitely helps out your family or the executor of your account when we close out your Regency Oaks account. So if you have not done that or you have any questions, please reach out to me. And I'm going to hand the microphone to Erin.
Thank you, Betsy. Good morning. I'm Erin Clem, and as you see under the marketing notes, we've introduced our marketing and sales director, Erin Clem. So that was a big first step. We have started working on lots of fun things. There are things that, actually you had mentioned that I should probably give a little background, right? I'm going to give a quick background. I've been in the industry since 1998 as a director, so this is what I love to do, and I've been doing it for a very long time. I've been with what was Brookdale, then became LCS since, actually Veterans Day would be 10 years, and of that I've spent the last five and a half years as a sales specialist traveling for LCS to our sister communities and bolstering their census there. So I actually started here. This was my first assignment. I didn't need to bolster any census, but you were waiting for a director and they wanted to get me started on a nice foot, so they let me start here for a few months. So it's nice to be back home. What a great place to land permanently. One of the things I noticed, and talking to our ambassadors and our sales committee, is that we like to have people here, but we like to see that they're sincere about their interest in us. So we've implemented a program where our prospects, that come to our events, say you come to a Gift of Life Care event to learn about Regency Oaks, you certainly don't need to continue to come to our Life Care event to learn about Regency Oaks. We've had that, we've done that. So what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing people into next steps. We're going to start utilizing our ambassadors and our residents more specifically. We're going to start having them have guided next visits with their counselor. We've got a whole program where they're not just, we're sending out a mailer and anybody who wants to come to learn about Regency Oaks and have a lunch can do it. We're actually being very purposeful, so I hope you'll like that. And I have, like I mentioned, met with the marketing committee and the resident ambassadors for an introduction and vision of the future of sales and marketing. I trust that there were notes taken, and so I'm sure that those will be shared with you as a committee. Judy's saying yes, so I figured so. And let's see, we are going to be instituting a new handbook review for residents who have left a deposit or who have contracted but not yet moved in. They're going to have an opportunity to come in and they're going to learn about the handbook, and then we're going to take them up to dining, and there'll be somebody there to help them learn how to use their portal. Thank you, dining. And we will have Kelly, who is our wellness navigator. She is going to attend that and introduce herself to them so that they know that when they get here, they have a lovely handoff to somebody who can answer questions on this side of their lifestyle, which would be the living side rather than the sales side. And so for that, I have wrapped up my new contribution, and I look forward to more in the future. Go on.
Good morning, I'm Dawn Evans, the HR Director. It's a pleasure to speak to you this morning about all the great things that are going on in HR. I know, I do that all the time, sorry. I'm very happy to tell you about all the great things that are happening in HR. We continue to have our focus on retention. Sherry had mentioned our 90-day review, and we're committed to completing those more diligently. We've also added 30-day check-ins to make sure that our new hires are getting the support that they need. And we're checking in with different departments. So Holly, our recruiter, is making some of those initial contacts. We try to make sure that all of our employees get all of the information that they need through all staff, so we're doing those monthly as well. We are still working with the community. Palm Harbor University, we did secure the partnership with them. They will be starting later this month, CNAs and LPNs for clinical rotations. We're really excited about that. We initiated the new TB policy, so we're doing all of the TBs for new hires on site. Big thanks to Carol and Residential Services for helping with that. We did the golf cart training this year. We did big preparation for annual enrollment, which we're still finalizing right now. It's a big initiative to make sure that our employees are utilizing the benefits that we offer and enrolling in things that they might need for the following year. As hiring stabilizes, orientation will be conducted bi-weekly, and we are also holding hiring events as needed. We don't have to be doing that on a regular basis now, so we're really happy about that. For the resident handbook, the human resources section was updated to reflect the importance of resident feedback. I want to thank all of you for filling out the COT cards when you see folks that are going above and beyond. We want to make sure that they're recognized and continuing that activity. Conversely, if you have a problem or a question, I encourage you to please speak to me about it or Lindsay so that we can make sure that our staff is raising up and providing the service that you're expecting. So to ensure these successful partnerships, I'll continue to work closely on several resident communities, and I thank all of you for your partnership and your help throughout the year. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Dory Perez with Plan Operations. Here's some of the projects we have completed and accomplishments. We have repaired and cleaned up the roof on the south dining room. We have repainted the dining room in the south, all the spindles, all the base floor, all the walls we trimmed. We have replaced the 10-ton unit in the dining room too. That has been completed. We have some repairs on the roof on the north building. We have completed, we do it every 4 months, the replacement of the filters inside the units and in all corridors. We have repaired the irrigation system. We had a broken pipe on the back of the south building. We have replaced 8 HVAC units on the residence apartments. We completed our final inspection on the R-wing, the fire restoration, that has been completed. We replaced the compressor on the HVAC, the pool system. We did some repairs on the south boiler, we had a broken pipe. We completed the elevator inspections. We purchased 3 new trash cars for the north building, for the first floor. We did clean all the back area by the dumpster. We had a bunch of pallets, we got all that area cleaned down. We repaired the garden floor, the shed, we repaired that, and we ran a new circuit for the electrical, so we have electrical back there. We replaced the mechanism on the push pad for the beauty salon. We added the one for here for this door. We're still waiting on electrical. They had an issue, so they should be coming back today or tomorrow morning to get it going, but that's the only part that is missing. Everything else, it just needs electrical. Replace a fan motor on the number 5 unit on the health center. We have completed 2 UTOs, unit turns in the health center and 5 here in the IL, and we did all the repairs on the golf carts for ours and marketing. Thank you, Christine, Evan, sorry.
Thank you, Darwin. The The trash rooms were power washed in the north building, and then in the back of the house in the north, we've implemented a new program. Wanda scrubs those floors on a daily basis to try to keep them clean. The north dining room baseboards and cubbies were cleaned. The elevator tracks first through the 5th floor in the north and the south building were cleaned up. The laundry lint traps were cleaned, both buildings, both laundry rooms. North and south 1st floor windows leading to the breezeway were cleaned. The north robot was replaced due to reoccurring malfunctioning errors. And now the south robot, if you haven't seen the south robot, we're having some difficulties with that one as well. So we need a little bit of time to take it apart and unclog that. There's some mechanism in there that suctions all the dirt up, and I think there's a clog in there. So we're gonna take that apart and clean it up. Carpet cleaning was completed 5th floor in the south building, 1st floor of the north building, north lobby, south lobby, grand lobby south, north private dining room, north and south dining rooms, and we're really paying a close attention to those dining rooms because that was noted on the survey they're dirty. So we're really gonna do daily inspections in the dining room, really pay attention to those minor details that will really elevate the experience here at Regency Oaks. Ricky and his team does a fabulous job. Cleaning of the elevator common areas 1st through the 5th, north and the south. So each elevator corridor, all of those furniture pieces, we want to make sure we're cleaning those on a weekly basis. Once a week on the day that we service that floor, we are to mop and dust those furniture pieces. So we're paying close attention to those areas as well. North and south handrails, 1st through 5th floor were cleaned. So one of our objectives, Wanda, myself, and Cindy, is what we want to do each day. Currently in the south building, we're doing it at 2 o'clock, 2:30 each day. We're gonna head up to the floor, make sure that the team is completing the function of their duties that day timely, and they're doing it correctly. So when we go there at 2:30, each corridor we walk, we have a representative from the housekeeping department wipe the left side of the handrail and the right side of your handrails so they're nice and clean. That's done on a weekly basis. The center of the floors by the elevators are also being mopped on a weekly basis. So each day we have a section, 5th floor on Monday, first floor on Friday. We just really want to target the resident satisfaction survey, and that's something I think we can, do a better job in, is those common areas. And that's it for me.
Good morning, I'm Christine, Director of Innovative Home Services. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning. So right now we currently support about 90 clients here in Regency Oaks. We continue to exceed our expectations and our budget month over month for the last quarter. We held our last 2 estate sales, but we are assisting in cleanouts of the apartments. We started to market off campus, and we are marketing within a 7 to 10 mile radius. We will be doing services for medication management and some ADL services off campus. We're also working to complete emergency paperwork. That's really important. If you have a loved one at home that cannot take care of themselves in your absence, or a pet, I suggest come and please see me. We can sit down, it takes a few minutes only. We can fill out the paperwork, and again, in the event of an emergency, we would be able to take care of your loved one or your animal so you guys would have peace of mind if something happened. I guess that's about it for me. Have a great day.
Good morning, Kelly Clark, Resident Services Director. I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for the COVID vaccines, the clinics. I just want to give you all praise and thank you for your support and your patience through that. It was a big deal. We were able to get through both days. If you did miss it for any reason, you may still contact the pharmacist to receive your vaccines. They are a limited supply, so she may have the ones that you're wanting, she may not, but you can give her a call if you have questions. If you want to stop by my office, I can give you the form and the phone number to reach her. I have also been working with a lot of outside providers to be able to bring them in-house for you so that they're more convenient to you. If you have any questions at all about the clinic hours or the calendar, please stop by. I do have copies. Erin and I are also working on the new move-in policy, as she mentioned, and also working on a few other policies directly from LCS. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to stop by anytime.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Ginger, Program Director, along with Samantha, and these are our accomplishments for the last 3 months. We continue to have entertainment on the weekend. We alternate between 7 and 7:30 to accommodate those who like to eat a later dinner. In the Know with RO moved to the administrator's office, so you know where to locate us. We had a successful vendor event and we're working for another one in December. We traveled to Sarasota for a shopping and dining trip. All had a great time and great food. Our drum circle group returned with many repeat drummers. Musical bingo with Joanne from Grace Home Health, always a hit with the residents, and she'll be back in November and December. Rejuvenate Salon and Spa started their monthly facial tutorials to promote good skincare. AARP conducted a 2-day safe driver course in the community for our residents. Sylvan Abbey conducted our 2nd annual ghost tour of our neighboring cemetery. Many tales were told of witches that are buried there. My Life Experience continues and it's a major success. Here at Regency Oaks, we have many, if not all, accomplished and talented residents. We had our first outing to Topgolf. We had a small crowd, but those who went had a great time. Anniversary dinner was a fun night, starting with great food and lots of dancing, thanks to some of the servers who kept the night alive and getting everyone on their feet. Return to Oz, what a great success that was. We hired a new transportation supervisor, Daniel. He's a great asset to our community. Transportation update. Transportation requests are taken on first come, first served basis and driver availability. And upcoming programs, we have added in November holistic health informational session and a holistic health meditation. Check your monthly calendars and your Monday memos, and it's the last week in November. So sign up for that. Thank you. Arts and Crafts sale and show is tomorrow, right here, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 3 p.m. Thank you.
Good morning, Ricky Baca, Food and Beverage Director, Johnny, Chef, and Phil, Assistant Food and Beverage Director. We had a great anniversary dinner. We had our Labor Day indoor picnic, continued to do our wine and beer clubs, finished up our gourmet. Starting in January, we'll start up another gourmet. We just got to figure out what the main protein's going to be. Last Friday, we started Bella Row. We did about 60 residents, lots of pizzas, but it was a huge success. This Friday, we start the breezeway up with steak kebabs and shrimp kebabs and complimentary wine, as you know. Come on, not more than a chuckle in that. Maybe we should not have coffee and donuts and have wine in the morning. We updated the pub menu with adding swordfish, coffee crusted filet, or regular season. The ribeye you can get it the same way, or a rosemary sun-dried tomato butter, along with adding carrots, sweet potatoes, and vegetable of the day. We have lots of events coming up for the holidays. Which brings me into the Thanksgiving Day menu. We'll have shrimp cocktail, wine, and mimosas. We'll have an omelet station for the first time in the north and in the south, so you can have turkey and omelets. We'll also have coffee available in the north and in the south early that morning. Holiday sides, and for those of you that want healthy things, Mary Ellen. So if we have green bean casserole, you can get steamed green beans. We have sweet potato casserole, you can get a baked sweet potato. Honey glazed carrots, you can get carrots. Or even if you want salmon, you can get that too. And then we're also going to be having action stations in the north and south dining room once a week. It could be anything from passing out warm cookies to carving something to handing out cheese, so some exciting things coming up. Phil?
Does everybody? Thank you. Am I on? I can barely hear myself. Does everybody know what the extraordinary impression cards are? We see them all over the place. We really do rely on your feedback on a daily, if not weekly, stance, so that we know how we're doing. We really need your feedback. If it's anything, if it's minuscule, if you loved our country fried steak last night and you thought the gravy was fantastic, we need to know. If you thought it needed more cream or this or that or what have you, we really do need to know. We need your feedback. Please, on a daily basis, it helps us. We are only as good as our last meal. My last meal was 12 hours ago. It was delicious. But I need to know yours. We need to know your last meal. On the back of the extraordinary impression cards, we're going to be putting QR codes. And I'm going to be walking around the dining rooms, as well as Johnny and Ricky, explaining those QR codes for you. You can pull it right up on your phone, take a picture of it. It brings you right to a website, which gives you the same internet web page that is on our tablets in the North, South, and Pub. So we get that instant feedback. If you can do it anonymously, if you happen to put your name on it, it helps us out a little bit more because then we can reach out to you. And then in turn, we're not just trying to figure out which one of the 400 odd residents liked our food or didn't like our food. We'd love to be able to reach out to you and interact with you on a daily basis. So please, fill out the cards, go and fill out the QR code, use the QR code on your phone, use the tablets. Please reach out to us and let us know so that we can in turn make your dining experience just a little bit better. Thank you.
All right, questions, comments?
They're both wearing blue.
I'm gonna grab Judy over here. Margaret, I'll get you next.
I want to know if it's too late to put in cards for something that happened 4 to 6 weeks ago. I didn't do it at the time, and I really want to reach out for 3 people, but I don't know if it's too late.
There is no time limit on a compliment. Let's be honest. You know, I mean, if you received a compliment for something you did 10 years ago, would you be happy?
Yes.
Yes. So there is no time limit on compliments. And there's no time limit on anything, really. If there's something that you happen to remember that we had a misstep on a week or 2 ago, please, again, let us know so that maybe we can fix that and we don't trip up the next time.
Well, this isn't for food, but... Yes.
Anything at all.
Darwin, I have a question. What time is it?
It's 10:38, and I got the email. Yeah, I know. We have to. We didn't get all the clocks, but we're working on it.
Okay.
We got the email.
When are they planning to do the upgrade of the north lobby that they have been planning?
Well, right now, we're working on the 5th floor, we're coming down, so that's gonna be the last area. I think at this time, I hate to give any timelines or updates because we all know how Blue Team works, sorry to say, but they haven't hit a deadline yet. And I do want to announce too, I'm getting ready to do a call them all, that on the 5th floor, they are going to be working on the main core lobby, so we're gonna ask residents in the north building to use the wing elevators instead of that core elevator. So I'll get that call to the north building residents once I get back to my office.
Darwin, don't go.
Could Phil tell us about the new chef?
Thank you, Darwin. Our new sous chef, he's an executive sous chef. He comes with a huge amount of experience. As you all know, you probably don't know, we've been without a sous chef for almost 9 months. So there's been a lot of pressure in the kitchen as far as staying in both buildings and trying to really meet all your needs in the dining. And so now that he's here, it's going to give us a lot of free time to get out to the dining room. He'll be out in the dining room. But Richard is he's an executive sous chef, came with executive chef experience. He's worked with Paul Perdone, many big talents, and he has an arsenal of ideas that he wants to bring to the community. He's got a great sense of humor. He's got great hair. I don't know if you know, but the reason why he wears that is because his hair is down to his butt. He loves instruments, he plays the guitar, and we're going to be bringing him to Dish Talk, so if you have any questions for him, please feel free to come to Dish Talk and ask him everything, but he's going to be a huge piece to the puzzle.
Darwin, you know that I've had problems with my duct system and the problems with the mold and bacteria in mine. I'd like to show you a picture from something on the 5th floor that's got
Yeah, I can meet after the meeting and we'll talk about it.
Very good.
We really appreciate the clock on the south porch. Is that going to be replaced?
Or fixed?
Yes, it just came in the other day, so we've got to get a work order, get the guys to install it. Yep.
That's it.
The soup last night was excellent, thank you. Hello, Betsy, I want to direct this question to you. We heard a report this morning about the level of giving in the gift fund. And I would suggest to you that there may be a direct relationship between the quality of service and the level of giving. And I'd like to have a healthy discussion about that, because I think that because the fund is lagging behind, it has a direct relationship. I think everybody in this room has some dissatisfaction with service here at Regency Oaks.
Not necessarily. No. Not true. Not everybody.
All right, thank you for your feedback.
So, Mr. Myers, as I mentioned earlier, we did get those results from the resident survey, and we will, each department, be putting in an action plan. And once that's approved, we will be communicating to you what our plans are and how that's going to impact you as residents here. So we're working on that to improve customer service.
This question for Darwin. There are other residents in this community, I think, that have mold and environmental issues. You want to look into those also?
Yeah, we talked about this before, about the duct cleaning. We don't provide that service. We'd be more than happy to bring a contractor to do it for you. We can look at each individual apartment and we'll look into it. I'm going to talk to Ms. Battery. We talked many times before, and I can meet with you after the meeting too, and we'll go over it. If you have the same problem.
Nobody has come to my apartment to even look at my mold.
We were in the apartment. We changed the fridge on Friday.
That's not where the mold is.
Okay, well, we were there. Okay, I'll talk to you right after.
All right, thank you all for coming. We have any more questions? All right. Thank you again, we appreciate you. And please fill out your comment cards.